Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Today we're going to talk about the truth about prospecting.
So, in our experience, we've done many different types of prospecting. We've done, walking in, calling, emailing, whatever it is. But, most of the time we try walk-ins, and we're going to talk about that. And, a lot of the time we call and we try to schedule, and sometimes as salespeople that gets weeded out naturally. So we're going to talk about the truth about it, what works, what doesn't, and, what works for us and what hasn't worked for us. And, we're going to get into it.
Yeah, I think people need to be open-minded to a variety of ways of prospecting, especially if you work really well with an industry. If someone knows they work really well with an industry and you've run all types of ads, mailers, billboards, you name it, and you have a list of prospects that you'd love to work with and they're just tuning you out, doesn't hurt to actually knock on the door. And I've mentioned this before on prior episodes. We do this. And we want to talk a little bit about, what to expect when you're out there trying to get in front of the right people and just let them know who you are and what you're capable of. Let's say you're a window cleaning company and you work really well with companies that have a certain type of window, big bay windows. And you just want to put your little door hanger on there. Just, hey, not sure if the owner's around, but let them know I offer, 50% off on the first cleaning of bay windows, and just leave you a little hanger and just kind of be polite. But when you actually do this, you need to maintain the highest level of respect.
Yeah. And you also have to be quick, short, simple, but effective. We're talking about walking in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we're walking in, we always hit with something that the solution, but not just the solution, something that we've done. A client success story. For example, we'll walk into a construction company and we'll say, this is what we did for them, and we're going to do it for you too. Something quick, effective, simple, straight to the point. Or we'll say, we are the providers of this. We just wanted to come in, stop in, take the opportunity to introduce ourselves because we were in the area. We don't want to bother you though. Let me leave you some information. And in that case, you get the owner's information, you get the office manager's information, you get someone, a point of contact, you get their information, you can follow up with them, and you already showed your face, they will remember you.
Your elevator pitch needs to be right to the point.
Yeah.
You need to say something that's going to catch their attention very quickly. You need to say, ma'am, sir, just wanted to let you know we have this, it could help you achieve this, or this is what I'd like to, let you know I have, and this is what it could do for you. This is the reason why you'd want it.
And the thing is that, walking in can be risky though. It's a high risk, high reward situation, because when you walk in, you can get someone's attention and they can be like, you know what? Yeah, come in, sit down. And we've had that happen a lot of times. And
no bullshit. We have brought in some of our biggest accounts from walk-ins.
Yeah, easily. And like I said, it's high risk, high reward, but we've brought in some big accounts, but then we've also had, some situations where they say f off and they kick us out the door.
Yeah, at first you could see they're like, oh, what the fuck? And then they hear what you say and they're like, you start throwing out case studies. See, we have case studies. We have success stories. We have tens and tens of millions of dollars in growth for one company that we can throw out there, and we can say, hey, company A that I worked with over here.
Well, for multiple companies.
Yeah. We generated X amount of millions of dollars with our program for him in this amount of time. We could do the same for you. It captures their attention. Then they take you a lot more seriously. So you go from to, yeah, have a seat. I'm intrigued. So it's all about delivery. You got to get to the point.
Yeah.
Try to avoid the ums and the and the, acting, insecure. Just, you got to work on that internally. Go in confident.
Smile.
Right to the point. Smile. Be friendly, but don't be weird friendly.
See, the thing is that the reason why I personally really like walk-ins is because it's on both sides. You can find out a lot about the prospect by walking in, but then they can also find out a lot about you, and you can kind of control what they learn about you in that situation. If I call, these days I don't really call in order to, get a meeting about what I'm trying to sell. I call to get information and to find a time for me to introduce myself, make it quick. I don't call and say, hey, I'd like to sell you this. That's not how I do it. That's why I kind of prefer walk-ins, because, you know, when you walk in somewhere, right to the point, give them exactly what they want to hear, and then hopefully you can sit down with them, you know. But like you said, you got to walk in, you got to be confident, you got to, you know, really present yourself well. It's the first impression that you're giving them. So as long as that first impression is the best you, then they're going to want to have you sit down, they're going to talk to you, and it could potentially lead to a great business relationship.
Now let's talk about digital, because I don't want to talk about walk-ins too much because our focus is digital. That's where it's at. So let's talk about people who respond to email outreach.
Yeah. That's a hard one.
It's very strange. You took the time to respond to an email. Oh yeah, blabbity blue. Now that person whose livelihood, you know how you pay your bills and you feed yourself and you pay for your roof over your head? That person is now making an effort to try to reach out to you. Maybe you had a few too many cool ones. Oh yeah, I'm interested. Like the people that respond to Facebook ads. Don't waste that person's time. That's their livelihood. That's how they feed their children. Don't fill out responses. Don't fill out forms because you had a few too many and you don't remember, and then you end up hanging up on the person the next day. No, but seriously, like I've contacted people who contacted me and they don't remember.
That's when you
like,
got to pull out the receipts.
Who? And I'm like, dude, you filled out my form. You wrote out all this shit that you want to get done. Yeah, you're crazy. But you're nuts. Stop wasting time. Those people that when you see an ad or you see an email and you respond to it, a person, a salesperson or a business development person or the owner or whoever is going to reach out to you. That's their livelihood. Answer the phone and get back to what you initiated. It's just courtesy. If I do it, I always get back. Always. Yes, I filled out your form. Yes, if I'm busy, I'll say, hey, we got to reschedule. But I don't ghost. The ghosting thing, when it comes to prospecting, is so insane. It's a problem in the industry.
Let's talk about that in the next episode.
Yeah. So with email, when we're talking about email, there is an abundance of people who don't respond. You got to chase them. And that's where tools out there that, you know, offer an automated system to get back to them through SMS is very, very powerful. I have a few friends in the email marketing game, and I advise them to use these tools to get more juice out of the squeeze, because people will answer emails and then they just disappear. And if someone's doing email marketing, you have all these responses to get back to. You know, if you're going to respond to an email, you're going to respond to an ad, just make sure you have the true intention on actually talking business. That's all.
Yeah, emailing is tough. You know, I have a hard time with emails, but I have these different softwares that I use that I explained early on in the podcast, actually, that help me, you know, get more analytics, get more insight from my emails that I send out, that actually help me out quite a bit. And normally it's not even to help me, you know, script the email, or not even script the email, or help me what to say in the email, but it's normally like, you know a good timing to call someone or whatever it may be. And, you know, I personally don't like emailing unless I've already talked to that person, but it's a point of contact that you can utilize if you're in touch with someone who is interested. That's how I use it. I don't really use it for outreach. We have people who do use it for outreach, but they're specifically email marketing guys or girls, whatever, who do it. But, I guess, well, I'm trying to think of other ways that we prospect other than like hiring people to do prospecting for us. Calls, walk-ins, sometimes emails. Emails I only really do when I get like a list of leads of people who are interested, and then I'll just blast out an email to each one of them to see who bites and who doesn't. But the turnaround on those is very low, I've found, especially in today's age where things get sifted and sorted more than ever, by the person, the recipient of the email. But But, as I was explaining before, one big thing that we do is call. We call people, we call businesses. And, like I said before, this may help you out if you're a sales guy or whatever it may be, you're prospecting for your business or whatever. I use calls with the intent of getting information. So if it's someone who's local, let's say you're calling people like local businesses, this is especially, if this is someone out of state, calls are fine. Calls are great. But if it's local, I would use calls in order to gain information about the business and find time where you can walk in.
So when it comes to prospecting, I want everyone to look at it like almost like a sphere, and there's multiple pegs coming out of the sphere, and there's different there's different tactics, and you want to try different things. You want to, in each process when it comes to prospecting, you want to assess, okay, what are you getting out of this? What is the experience? What's the conversion rate? What's the response rate? What is it going to cost you per lead out of each tactic? Even down to like print, digital, social, search, paid, not paid, organic, all that. You sort of want to break down the CPLs, the CPAs, cost per acquisition, cost per lead. You want to kind of understand each one. So when you're implementing different ones, you kind of know, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm expecting this through this tactic. I'm expecting this through this tactic. But all of the tactics combined are what makes up a strategy. A lot of people confuse strategy and tactic, and it drives me crazy. Tactics are what the strategy is made up of.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to pay close attention to your prospecting process and understand that sometimes you need to go outside of your comfort zone to really make an impact. Sometimes you have to do something different. Sometimes you have to shake things up, but you need to hit your prospects from different directions all the time. That includes every tactic from traditional to digital to, basically anything across the board that will, and I'm a big supporter of knocking on a door. That's done wonders for us. And if you're open-minded to trying that out, go outside of your comfort zone and do it. But always make sure you maintain the highest level of respect, because you are coming there unannounced. What I recommend people do and what we do is we make a few phone calls. Mm-hmm. We say, hey guys, we're going to be in the area this week, which is the truth. This week, we're hoping to pop in, shake hands, kind of go over a few things with you guys. You'll definitely love what you see in here. So you kind of raise some curiosity, and they're probably like, yeah, swing by. But, and especially if you're traveling, like you're getting on a plane and you're traveling far away, like if you're going from Boston to Florida and you tell people like, hey, we're coming from Boston, we're going to be visiting key accounts. We want to give you guys the opportunity to take advantage of XYZ. Are you guys going to be around, blah, 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 or hey, we'll swing by.
That shows dedication, and they're most likely going to be like, yeah, 100%. This time, this day would be a good time, and it usually works out really well. Thank you so much for joining us today on Real Business Roundtable. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you get notified every time we post a new episode. And also, check us out on Instagram where you can find clips, updates, and more. And we'll catch you next time. Peace out.
This is the Goodbye Song, brought to you by Andy Galashahi. Okay, bye. See you later. I gotta go. That was good.